Today has been an absolutely crazy day for crypto. And guys, I'm not kidding. I woke up, boom, $30,000 per Bitcoin. What in the world? What's going on? In all seriousness, take a look at this. All of a sudden, Bitcoin started to spike back up and go crazy. And the fun fact is, I'm all in for it. You know, I'm all happy with this, baby. We've seen Bitcoin make yet another bounce. In terms of the dominance, it's actually breaking out. Then again, in terms of our demand zone, you can see where the demand for Bitcoin lied, right? And from history, you can also see kind of what border we need to cross. Like right now, the major threshold that everybody's watching for is like $31,500. I'd say personally a little bit higher at 31.7 or so thousand, but that's basically the area where most of the actual bottoms were formed. Again, there's a difference as to where the candles all reached versus where they actually settled, and most of them are around 31.7 to 32 and a little bit $1,000. And again, if we look back to where we closed just a little while ago, a little bit above $30,000, it just was barely high enough to be the breakout candle, get some crazy excitement going, but not nearly enough to call this the next big wave, to consider the bull run to be back, because again, we did not get our confirming candle. Anyway, yesterday I put into perspective one thing. Many people call out, and this happens so often, Dusty, you said the bull market is back, so why are things coming back down? Are you changing your mind? What's going on? Let me tell you guys one thing real clearly here. The bull market, in my own opinion, is back. The only thing we do not know is how quick we'll be going to an all-time high. And my personal stance on that is, if we take a trajectory of about 2 years or so, Bitcoin and all these other coins will be at like double the all-time high or something like that. Again, according with the halving cycles. And the thing is, again, I put it into perspective here. You don't know how long this journey between the bottom, which again, I thought is in November of 2022, and the next top is going to be. You can see all the way back in March of 2020 that it took 616 days to get to a new all-time high, or at least the all-time high, right? So let's say roughly a year and a half, a bit more than that. If our bottom was November 21st, that week, right? It will be the end, let's see here, of July until we see the all-time high of the next bull run. So again, another year and a little bit. So does that mean that the bull market is not ongoing? Well, it means that right now, I don't think we're going to make a bottom lower than $14,000 or whatever we saw a little bit ago. That does not mean it's going to only continue to go up, because as you can see from the past here, you get dips, you get some retracements, you get some times where people actually are a little bit scared or give up. I mean, honest talk, things are quite scary. We've got the FOMC meeting in about a week from now that people are watching like crazy. Things are about to get very volatile for that. And again, we've got, historically speaking, massive waves for Bitcoin and for all cryptos for that matter. And you have all these theses, all these ideas, all these theories that you should sell Bitcoin at a certain amount, sell all your crypto, sell it off, yada, yada, yada. The thing is, guys, it's quite cyclical, and the idea is just, you might make money selling it on the short term, but in the long term, the cryptocurrencies just keep going up. Anyway, right now, there's so much fear in the traditional financial space, and it's showing that things are cracking down, which is the biggest advertisement for crypto, if you ask me. Last month, Jim Cramer, all right, our man, said First Republic Bank is a very good bank. All right, right now, FRC stock has plunged by 89%. And this was yesterday. Just listen to the pun in just a second. Over concerns that the bank is at the risk of collapsing. Now, a little while ago, some reports came out as well that First Republic Bank might actually be seized by the US government, and it's starting to get real that some massive crises are happening. The US banking crisis deepens with First Republic Bank in free fall, because you know what happened today, guys? First Republic Bank is down another 40% today. And the fun fact is, that was yesterday, right? It was down 93% year to date at that point. Right now, it's down even significantly more. I'm not joking, guys. It is down significantly more at below $9 is what it went to. And the thing is, they had to halt it or do something along those lines because, well, it's a pretty significant drop, right? That's you can see what's going on right there. April hasn't really been the month for them. And so now the fear of things just majorly collapsing are starting to kind of roll around. Again, guys, I've shown you articles like this many times, but in the UK right now, the chief economist for the Bank of England. By the way, if you've not pressed that like button yet, support a brother. Make sure you press that like button. Why not? I mean, you don't have to, but I appreciate it, you know? And just know if I saw you and you're like an avid like button presser, I'd give you a handshake. Otherwise, screw you. Nah, just kidding. All is good. But anyway, the chief economist for the Bank of England tells British people to accept that they're worse off with inflation and warns them to stop driving prices up. The fun thing is, He's basically saying, hey, you're screwed, all right? Inflation is massive, but don't make it worse by asking for more wages. Don't make it worse by getting cuts on energy prices, etc., all that type of stuff. Because that way you're gonna make it even worse. He just says, accept the fact that you're getting pounded in the ass and just take it in as a just take it in, I guess. Again, that's like the relative story right here. A tight job market and strong corporate pricing power means that firms can pass on costs and higher prices, and workers can demand wage increases, fueling inflation even further. And indeed, it does make sense. But it's kind of funny then how the back end is looking of all this, right? You can see the banking guys having issues, but to see the economists explain it like this is just quite peculiar. Anyway, with regards to banking, I do sometimes believe because of the way that social media is developing, things might actually get way crazier over the next couple of months. Twitter poses a risk to the financial system and helped fuel the SVB run, says first major study to investigate the topic. Be honest here with me here, all right? The moment that Twitter started to go crazy trolling SVB or the same thing for FTX, that's the way it mostly spreads. I mean, most of the time beforehand, right, when there were major crises, where could you get your info from? From the newspaper, from the broadcaster on TV? That's because at that point they want you to hear it. Right now, people are researching this stuff every day. All right, let's take it easy right there. And they're explaining to you all the details. So if there's something wrong, people independent find it. And so these companies cannot hide with some silly ass stories anymore because people find the truth. And the thing about that is too, people are starting to uncover more and more, and the knowledge about our financial system, at least on Twitter, is going up so significantly that people are not falling for all these dumbass lies anymore. People are getting too knowledgeable for that. And that also means that this current banking system that's based upon thin air might not really work to its best capacity anymore as time goes on. Anyway, I always hate when they do this, when they make me sign up to read a freaking article. Come on. So no promotion for that website. The whole shtick is here, Binance and the Voyager deal, the $1.3 billion deal, has fallen through. Binance basically stated a little while ago, hey, we cannot do it because of regulatory uncertainty and the hostile market. And I understand, right? The SEC is going after them. CFTC or whatever the frick is going after them. It's not the best move right now because they're probably going to get way more eyeballs on them. And they might be expecting another like SEC type of claim specifically for Voyager the moment that they buy it. So I do understand their philosophy there. We're just shit talking the UK, right? With the whole chief economist here saying, just take it up your behind. The UK financial watchdogs to the crypto industry are now saying, let's work together, which is interesting because I remember really vividly making a video like a little while ago explaining that the UK is like stopping all these bank accounts from transacting with crypto. So it's such a fun contrast that they're saying on one end, kind of like Gary Gensler is doing in the US, so just come in and talk to us, let's work together, while on the opposite side, just spitting in your face. But I guess that's the way that regulators work, huh? Financial Conduct Authority wants input from crypto companies on moving forward with regulations, and I wonder if they're going to be doing a better job than the US is. It's going to be an interesting battle. Like I said, by the way, guys, yes, crypto is going up a significant amount today. We've seen Bitcoin go up 9%, Ethereum up 7.2%, XRP up 5%, BNB up 3%. It's a pretty massive day. Polygon up 9%, just general pushes all over the board. Some more cool news. Brazil president says he supports creating a new currency for the BRICS countries, these nations to trade with. Circle activates a protocol for stablecoin transfers between Ethereum and Avalanche, just showcasing that some of these major companies that are invested in by BlackRock, invested in by some of the most biggest asset managers in the world, are just continuing to thrive, and they're building, right? They might be telling you in your face, oh, we're scared, we're no, they're building, all right? If a bank says, oh, this crypto stuff is, they're building, shut up, don't listen to them. We've talked about this before. They all know that there's money to be made, so they're building. They just might say in your face that they're scared or waiting or whatever. And yeah, another fun little piece, fun. Apple quietly removes the Satoshi's Bitcoin white paper from Mac OS after it went trending, potentially over a little bit of a copyright issue. I don't really know. It's now been speculated as to why it was inside there beforehand, or I guess the fact that it was not supposed to be found by people. Whatever, don't care, doesn't matter. It was pretty cool that it was inside, but you know, I already expected the moment that it gets found out by all the people that they're going to remove it because it's too much strange publicity. They don't like it. So yeah, once more, expect the banking system to get a little bit of a push towards the downside yet again. Be fearful of that. Another one is inverse Kramer is still a very big thing. These crypto markets come in waves. Right now, we've got a very interesting push where Bitcoin's dominance is going massive, massive, massive. But we're not in the clear just quite yet. We're trying to breach the major zones, but we're not there just quite yet. Again, you can see it from every different angle that it's a very nice turnaround, but we're not completely in the clear, as again, most signs are still a little bit iffy-wiffy. It's interesting that all of a sudden we've seen such a massive push. I still expect a lot of volatility to come in over the next 7 days. And that's about it for this video. Hopefully I'll see you guys later in another one. Peace out.